I'm Zahari Osman. I'll be conducting a seminar on critical thinking in mathematics at Sekolah Kebangsaan Sri Selangor on the 2nd of November, that is on Wednesday. In the brochure it stated that 3rd November, there's a change in the date, and the seminar will be conducted on the 2nd of November, that will be on Wednesday. The aim of this seminar is to guide your children on the basic idea of critical thinking and mathematical thinking. In real life situation, critical thinking is applied to analyze the problems, to identify the root cause of the problems, to define the problem, so that the problem solver will be able to use suitable strategies to solve the problems. In mathematics, critical thinking is used to analyze the problems. Most students in Malaysia, they do not analyze problems when they solve. If they find difficulty in solving problem, they just do it by trial and error and hoping that the solution will work out well. But the recent research on mathematical learning shows that more focus is on thinking. And I had 33 years of experience in mathematical education on a field called problem solving, mathematical thinking and critical thinking. My experience in conducting courses or seminars for students in primary, secondary, pre-universities and university students have come up with some clue as to why our students could not solve problems creatively and critically. This is because they are not exposed to how to think mathematically or how to think critically in solving math problems. Thinking is a skill that has to be taught. It does not come naturally for any students. So critical thinking is a form of what is called higher order thinking, which has to be taught and can be learned. And this is an opportunity for your children to come to the seminar. Even though it's one day, at least he will or she will be able to have some basic idea on how to solve, on how to see mathematics in a broader perspective. Later on, if they are interested in pursuing more about this kind of learning, which involves thinking critically and creatively, they can always refer to my blog, which is written in the brochure, that is mythinkbrain.com. mythinkbrain.com. Or parents can always contact me through my phone number 013-241-8262. Right, let us proceed with an example on the application of critical thinking in mathematics. When your child thinks critically, she or he is also thinking creatively, because critical thinking involves perspectives, involve an individual looking at issues or problems in a broader perspectives. So in mathematics, students can see procedures in a broader perspectives and see the problems in a broader perspectives. It's not just about getting answers, it's also about how solution in problems can be solved in various ways in a critical manner, which means that doing analysis if they find difficult to solve any problem. For example, we have a problem here. Suppose you ask your children, which one is bigger, 1/2 or 4/7? Most of the children, or most of the students in year 4, 5, 6 came up with the answer that 1/2 is bigger than 4/7. Even though these people had been doing well in mathematics through drilling process, but they cannot reason out the solution logically. Okay, perhaps you can pause the video and ask your child which one is bigger, 1/2 or 4/7. Try to pause and call your son or daughter to give an answer to the question that which one is bigger, 1/2 or 4/7. Right. Let us see how a thinking student or a student who has been trained to think critically will provide the solution. Well, they may draw a diagram to represent 1/2 and 4/7. The 1/2 is a case where there are two parts, and this is one of the parts. One part of what out of two parts. One part out of two parts. And 4/7 is 4 parts out of 7 parts, altogether 7 parts. So this is the ability of an individual or a student who think critically. This is a form of activity, we call this analysis. He is breaking up the hard problem into simpler form so that he can see, he can reason out. Or he can change that to equivalent fraction. He multiplied 2 by 7 to make it 14, and 7 times 2 to make it 14. And if he multiply the denominator by 7, he will multiply the numerator by 7 to get 7/14. Here likewise, if he times 7 by 2, he will also multiply 4 by 2 so that you can get 4 times 2, 8/14, and he will compare 7/14 and 8/14. While a thinker, a thinking student, a student who can think critically will also express 1/2 in the form of decimal, 0.50 or 0.57 in case of 4/7. Or he can express 1/2 in the form of percentage. 1/2 is equivalent to 50% and 4/7 is equivalent to 57%. Alright, these are the various ways, and you can ask your child whether they still will say that 1/2 bigger than 4/7. Of course, if they observe the various ways at looking 1/2 and 4/7, they will conclude that 4/7 is bigger than 1/2. This is a case where thinking is not being practiced in solution of mathematics problems. Well, there's another problem. 2/3 daripada jarak suatu perjalanan ialah 200 km. Berapakah jarak seluruh perjalanan? 2/3 of a journey is 200 kilometers. What is the distance of the whole journey? For a kid, you can always pause the video and ask your kid to try and see how he or she solves the problem. Alright. See if he is able to think critically. Your child will be able to represent the idea in this way. Alright. You will take 200/2 times by 3 because 2/3 means 2 parts of a journey is 200 kilometers. That is given the question. So you will take 200 divided by 2 multiplied by 3. The reason being 200 divided by 2 gives you 1 part of the journey, but the journey is 3 parts. The whole journey is 3 parts, so 3 times 1 part, which is 300 kilometers. Or you can also use a slightly different procedure, but he still understand what he's doing. 200 times by 3 over 2, which gives the same answer. But those people who would not think, the students who wouldn't think critically, they can still get the answer. But when we ask the question why he got 3 over 2 multiplied by 200, they will answer in such a manner as in a way that doesn't convince us that they really understand what they're doing. They say this is how they used to do it. But for those students who are not able to solve this problem, they'll just take a number 2 over 3 times by 200, and they couldn't tell us whether they get 1331 or 3 kilometers, even though the answer is less than the whole journey. I mean, the 2 parts of the journey, because 2 parts is only 200 kilometers. How can the whole part of the journey become less than 113 kilometers? So this is just to explain shortly, briefly, on some of the problems faced by students if they cannot think, if they are not being taught how to think critically and mathematically. There is a good. This program is very good because they'll have a chance to go through with my blog, mythinkbrain.com. They'll be able to get some tips on how to solve more problems, 2 or 3 videos free of charge through my blog. That is mythinkbrain.com, after they have attended my seminar. So please do encourage your children to be in the seminar, and it's going to be a very enjoyable, interesting and useful seminar and useful experience for your children. Thank you very much.